brothers. Both of them is in tight situations. Dude.
Yeah.
No, she had more than two brothers.
Well, she had two brothers that are in
that you're referring to. Let
yes.
her explain it, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you questions, okay? If I could, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. You all right?
Yeah, because you going to talk about two brothers. She got more than two brothers.
All right. Well, she has two brothers that are in a tough situation right now.
Which situation is that?
So the first brother I want to speak about is the one you and him are the same age, I believe, and he's currently facing a murder charge. Both of y'all went through a lot of the same things. Father being in jail and
the struggle together.
How was that? And having conversations with him about your father being in jail. What was those conversations like with your brother?
I mean, of course, we always both missed him. I feel like starting from a younger age, like he was always more aware of things than I was. Like we done seen so many things and he knew what was going on and I just was like so oblivious, and he'd tell me like, this is that. And I'd be like, no, it's not. Like, my uncles wouldn't do that around me. And he's like, no, it's really that. But like talking about my dad and stuff, like he kind of was interested in that stuff. Like he wanted to know how much money he made, and like he wanted to hear stories about like how he was when he was out here. Like that kind of stuff kind of excited him. Of course he missed him, but like he
following the footsteps of his dad.
Yeah, and he was more supportive of him
doing the things he did to land him in the penal system. Yeah, that's how it always turned out.
Because I remember we had a conversation one day, and this was like years before my dad came home, and I was like, I just out of nowhere, I'm like, if daddy come home and he be out here doing the stuff that he did before, I ain't talking to him ever again. And he was like, my brother was like, oh no, if he come out and do that, I wouldn't be mad at him. Like, he got to make some money. And I'm like, from that moment, I was just like, oh, like, my brother, you're lost. Like I was worried about him from that day on. I just was like, I was just hoping that he wouldn't follow in his footsteps, because I'm like, he already, for one, he think that whatever my dad was doing was okay, and for two, he is like so into the things that he was doing. Like I remember we went on a visit and he asked my dad like, what's the most money you ever touched? And I'm like, why is that? Why do you care?
Why is that even a subject?
Yeah,
it's interesting to him. He wanted to know. Like,
you know how a dog be wagging his tail when the master come around? He was just like this, seen his dad come out them doors. Dad, how much cash you got? Wagging his ass. He's ready to get right to it.
It's intriguing. Like the whole aspect of the whole drug dealing aspect is very intriguing.
Cars, chains, clothes, girls. What's not intriguing about that?
Yeah.
So your brother ultimately, ends up taking a left turn, going left and doing some things, and ended up going to prison for. He's now currently incarcerated for murder. How was that for you, knowing that your brother is now fighting for his life with a murder charge?
Honestly, it's painful. Like when I found out about like what happened, for when I found out about it late, because like my dad just kind of, he don't tell me stuff. He just kind of try to keep me separate from everything. So I found out about it like once it kind of got to the point where it's like he couldn't keep it from me anymore, because he know like you going to find out like it's about to get worse. So that's when he ended up kind of like explaining the situation to me. But for me, like, it's painful because I always say this, was like, I don't know a life where that's not my brother. So it's like for him to be in this situation and like I don't know what's going to happen next. I can't save you from it. I can't help you with it. Like it's a hard situation for me, honestly. And then it's like now like one person come out and now another person two people go in. It's hard for me, like with my brother. That's like, he was born the same year. That's basically my twin. So it's like,
exactly, I look like twins.
Yeah.
So he's in there. Have you talked to him while he was in there?
I talked to him one time. But I ain't like
What'd he say?
He just was telling. I was just asking him like how he was doing and stuff like that. And he was saying he was doing good. I've been trying to get him to like go on the thing to like approve me to be on his like list and stuff, so he gotta do that so I can see him. But I was also kind of like scared to talk to him because like how I feel, I don't want to make the situation worse, like, or make him feel worse about the situation, because it's like it's heavy on me. So it's like I don't want to be like, I was scared that I was going to talk to him and I was going to start crying and he was going to feel bad. So I'm like, I was kind of glad that I didn't talk to him when I wanted to talk to him.
Mm.
But it was good to talk to him though, because I definitely miss him, and he was just saying how like he missed me and he missed my daughter and stuff. So.
And your brother has a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
They have two children.
2 kids.
Yeah, two. Yeah. So he has 2 daughters, right?
He has 2 daughters.
Yeah. No, he got a daughter and a son.
Son. So his second one is a son.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 girls. I'm sorry. So you have a niece and a nephew that your brother has, and you're looking at the cycle over again as far as when you were a kid. And I think his daughter might have been 5 or something. How old was his daughter when he went in? Because she the oldest, daughter's oldest, right?
Yeah, she was young. He only been in like 2 years.
Like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying around that time, 6 years. So she's now going through something that you went through, but hopefully your brother be able to come out of the situation. But you're looking at her as a splitting image of yourself when you were at age 6 and going through that with. And how is she talking about it? Have you talked to her? How is she dealing with it?
I haven't really talked to her about it, but I know the last time I talked to her mom about it, she was just saying like she's taking it pretty hard. And I didn't know until recently, but she had told my daughter like that my brother was locked up, and my daughter was like, now she's scared of the cops and stuff. But I just like, I feel bad for her being in this situation. I remember I had a conversation with my brother years ago. I want to say like while her mom was still pregnant, and he was just like doing a few things that were a little bit reckless. And I was just telling him like, you about to have a baby and you don't want her to grow up like how we grew up. And like in that conversation, he was like saying like he understood and stuff, but then, things ended up taking a turn.
Well, hopefully, he makes it out of that situation, man. And we're going to continue to,
you ain't guilty
pray
until you're guilty.
Him.
Right. Yeah.
So now you got another brother.
This is crazy. You
have another brother who's down on one of the, I'll say the biggest indictments, one of the largest.
One of the biggest indictments.
Yeah.
One of the largest indictments in the city of Philadelphia for just straight murder and killing. Your brother is supposedly, a member of the YBC gang, and they just indicted a lot of those guys, a lot of the guys you know from the neighborhood, growing up with them, and so forth and so on. But your brother is now affiliated, or supposedly affiliated with that group, but now he's facing some serious charges. Your brother is Kwame, and what they call him, aka Mir Pablo, who's on this indictment. And how was that for you, knowing when you heard that he got arrested? Because that's your little brother.
Yeah. Honestly, like it made me mad. Like it's not like the same as like with my older brother, where it's like I'm hurt and like I'm going through a lot of pain. It's more just like I'm pissed off. Like just because of like the life that he was living, it's like, why were you even doing any of that? So when he got arrested, it was like I was mad, but at the same time I was a little bit relieved, because after I found out about like what he was doing and stuff, honestly, I was expecting him to die. Like, I hate to say it like that, but
it's the truth.
Yeah. So when he got arrested, it was like kind of a relief, because it's like, well, now that's not the case. And somebody had warned me like years prior to him getting locked up. Like they told me like he gonna die one day, and they was like, I just want you to know, like, so you prepared, so that like when it happened, you're not shocked or anything or out of the loop. And so every day I would just be thinking like, I hope today is not the day. And then like people around him is dying, and I'm like, I hope my brother is not next. So it's like I don't want him to be in there, but at the same time, it's like I'd rather that than the other thing. And I also feel like he needed to sit down. Like, you're doing too much. Like, so it's like it's something that makes me mad, because I feel like you never had to be in that situation. So it's disappointing more than anything. It's like, and I love my little brother. I don't want to see him in there. It makes me mad.
How has this had an effect on your father? Your father's came home from doing all that time, and then he has, his sons, both possibly looking at some significant time.
If found guilty.
If found guilty.
Yes.
And he was home before they both were in jail, and I seen him on numerous occasions lecturing them vehemently about the streets. So he definitely gave his vocal experience about where the streets will leave you to.
Exactly.
I mean, I can imagine he's stressed out, and then it's like he was going, like when the year that he got locked up, Quamir had just been born. So like he was never really in his life for real. So for you to not be there for your child whole life, and then a couple years after you come home and you get to be with him, he get locked up. It's like I can only imagine how that feels, honestly.
Yeah, it's like a cycle, and it's unfortunate, but the prison system is designed. It's just designed that way, because when you remove a man from his responsibilities of taking care of his kids or being out here, not saying that whatever was going on was right or wrong. I'm just saying, when you remove a man from his family, now it's like a whole support system is gone from a different aspect, because like women only can do but so much. We need to have men involved, especially with boys.
Yeah.
So you take that man away, now your kids spill out into the streets more so than girls. As you can see, the boys spill out into the streets and get caught up in so many different things, because the nature of a man is to roam and just move around. So now they fall into different things, and you see the effects of the father not being there. It's saddening, because we see the cycle, and the cycle was going on and on. Because now, look, your brother's in jail, and inshallah he make it out and come out of there. But if he's found guilty, he has a son who's going to miss him for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And it's a possibility that his son can, may Allah protect him from that, but it's a possibility that he could spill out into the streets. I don't know if Quamir has any kids or not.
He don't have no kids.
Yeah, but we just see this cycle over and over and over again. And when is it going to stop? How do we stop this? Where
That's
do we
what I like
begin?
to say. Where do we, not, because it ain't going to never stop until it's something approaching it or giving it opposition. What's the opposition to this? And if you ask me, I don't know. If you ask me, what's the remedy to cure this disease we talking about of black men, losing their fathers and then they be falling victim to the streets afterwards? This question been asked since the beginning of the time. What is the remedy to the black man, the black community of us going out there to do it? If you ask me and sit down seriously, I don't know. And if I had the answer, life itself is the remedy, meaning you got to go through it. And I might be wrong. But some people touch that pot and be like, God damn, I got blisters. I can't touch that no more.
Exactly.
Some people make it out. Some people don't.
And why is it, though, when you come home, a lot of times you see men come home from jail, and it's like, sometimes kids are expecting you to be who you was when you went in. Like you said, your brother was kind of intrigued by the things that he was doing, but sometimes people expect you to be the same thing or the same person you were as when you went in. You're gonna come home, start getting some money again, and you're gonna, get everybody together. This is the mentality of people a lot of times.
And that's what people definitely, like, before my dad came home, that's what everybody was saying. Like, well, he gonna come home, he gonna make money, he gonna take care of everybody. And I'm just like, it's annoying to hear stuff like that, because everybody just kind of like glorify who he was when he was out here. And I'm like, to y'all, that's cool and that's intriguing. But like at the end of the day, I didn't have no dad for almost 20 years.
Because of the stuff y'all talking about.
Yeah, so it was like, I'm not glorifying him making all that money from doing what he was doing, because now, like, first of all, where's the money?
Exactly.
And secondly, where are you? So, like, I was not trying to hear anything like that. And everybody, he know how to get to $1. We know he gonna take care of everybody. It's like, can he just come on to me first before y'all start dictating where his money gonna go and stuff like that?
Exactly. And now that he's home, he's doing something positive. He's trying to, do things different.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't trying, he's doing.
Yes, he is. He's doing things different.
Trying and doing is something totally different.
So shout out to him, man. He's doing things different. He's trying to, just change the narrative and show that, you can be a millionaire or make money legitly.
It's like now we can talk about him giving me money, like not giving everybody else money.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like making me rich. Like like everything he's doing is like everything he do, he like, I'm gonna make sure I put you in position for this and that. I definitely appreciate that. But it's like the most important thing to me was that I get to have my dad out here with me. Like, it's not even about no money or like what he did for me while he was out here. Like, it's just more of like the actual presence.
Yeah, because he called me, like, I'm certain things I'll be having going. He like, yo, see if you can get your niece in there. Get your niece to do that. He do.
Yeah.
He has on multiple occasions. He has. So now your father's been in jail. Your two brothers are in jail. You know, you have a daughter, and I'm assuming you want to guide her differently. Do you talk to her about the things that you've been through with your dad and your brothers?
No, she don't even know that my dad was locked up. I think my mom told her that he was in camp for some time. He was at away camp, so she don't really know. Like she visited him one time, and she was a baby, so she don't even remember him ever being in there for real. So I think maybe like once she's older, if she starts to like find stuff out, then maybe I'll explain certain stuff to her. But like I said, my niece told her that my brother was arrested, and I didn't really go into detail, but I told her like he's okay, like everything's okay. It's okay to miss him or be upset for him. And even like she was sad that my niece doesn't have her dad, and I was just, explaining to her like, sometimes things happen, and
Mm.
everybody's going to be okay, and it's okay to feel bad for her and to feel sad for her and to be there for her.
So, man, how's the relationship with your dad and your daughter? How was that? What is that like?
It's good. Yeah, she loves him.
I remember I just was with y'all.
Her.
Where we was just at about 2 weeks ago. Me, you, your dad, and your daughter.
Well, I had to get my car fixed.
Yeah, but I'm talking about after that. We got the cheese stick and all that.
Oh yeah, that was the same day we went to D'Alessandro's.
Yeah. Your daughter was over there. I thought that was his daughter.
Yeah.
I said, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, she looked just like her when she was.
Yeah. I always say I don't think she looked like me, but I feel like she looked like my mom and my dad. But like you know how like siblings, they both look like their parents, but they don't look alike.
Yeah,
like,
she looked just like you
that.
when you was a kid. Like when you was small, she looked just like you.
Yeah.
From what I see. So, Mr. Sandman, shout out to Mr. Sandman with the donation. He said, if we give up and think we can't change anything, our circumstances won't change. If we keep trying to find the solution, we might just figure it out. I agree.
I don't.
Why you don't agree?
But we'll leave that for another conversation. We got Miss Malikah.
Why you don't agree? You can't say that and leave the door open.
From my time of growing up, from the time before me, from the time now, it's like don't nobody listen. Don't nobody want to listen. It's and then I don't
he
like
said,
that. I don't like.
We can't change our circumstances.
He said don't try. He said don't stop. Don't stop and keep trying. So we might figure something out.
He said if we keep trying.
He said if we give up and think we can't change anything, our circumstances won't change.
Yes.
If we keep trying to find a solution, we are. So I'm thinking he talking about for the mass.
What you listening?
I'm thinking
to?
he talking about for the. I wasn't listening to nothing. I was reading. I read it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't no mind. I'm listening to your voice acting crazy. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I agree. I totally agree. Now, in regards to